New York City, a symphony of noise, a whirlwind of activity. The city pulses with an energy that never fades, a constant hum of life that echoes through its streets and alleys. Millions of people, all on their own paths, rushing towards their destinies. Each person a unique story, a thread in the vast tapestry of the city. The hustle and bustle, the ceaseless movement. It's a dance of life that never stops. Among them were Claire, a writer with a head full of stories, and Ryan, a photographer capturing the city's soul. Claire's mind was a whirlwind of characters and plots, each one vying for her attention. Ryan, on the other hand, saw the world through his lens, finding beauty in the mundane and the extraordinary alike. They were strangers, their lives as different as night and day, yet connected by an invisible thread of fate. Claire's days were filled with words and imagination, while Ryan's nights were spent capturing the city's nocturnal beauty. They moved through the same city, yet their worlds never intersected. Little did they know, destiny had a plan, a series of chance encounters that would illuminate the magic hidden within the ordinary. A fleeting glance in a coffee shop, a brief touch in a crowded bookstore. These moments were the sparks that would ignite their story.
Lost in her thoughts, Claire navigated the crowded sidewalks, her mind brimming with characters and plots. She often found herself drifting into her own world, the noise of the city fading into the background as her imagination took over.
Ryan, his camera a constant companion, searched for the perfect shot, his eyes scanning the urban landscape for beauty in the mundane. He had a knack for finding the extraordinary in the everyday, capturing moments that others might overlook. Their paths were about to cross, their worlds on the verge of colliding, setting the stage for a love story as unpredictable as the city itself. The city, with its endless possibilities and hidden corners, was the perfect backdrop for their serendipitous journey. The city that never sleeps was about to play Cupid, its vibrant energy the backdrop for their serendipitous journey. The lights of Times Square, the quiet corners of Central Park, every part of the city would play a role in their unfolding story. In the city that never sleeps, two hearts were about to meet, and their lives would never be the same. The morning rush hour was in full swing. A sea of humanity surged through the subway station, each face a blur of haste and indifference. Claire, clutching a coffee and her well-worn notebook, found herself jostled by the relentless crowd.
Suddenly, her gaze locked with a pair of warm brown eyes across the platform. Time seemed to slow down.
Ryan, surprised by the sudden connection, offered a shy smile.
Claire, caught off guard, returned a hesitant smile before looking away, her cheeks flushed.
The train arrived, its doors hissing open, breaking the spell. As quickly as it began, the moment was gone, lost in the cacophony of the city, or so they thought. A few days later, Claire found herself drawn to a quaint bookstore tucked away on a quiet street. The smell of old books, the musty scent of aged paper and leather, always comforted her. As she browsed the shelves, her fingers trailing along the spines, she noticed a man engrossed in a photography book. He looked familiar.
It was him, the man from the subway. He reached for the same book as Claire, their fingers brushing.
Startled, they both looked up, a surprised laugh escaping Claire's lips.
"We meet again," she said, a hint of amusement in her voice.
Ryan, his initial awkwardness replaced by a charming grin, replied, "Fate seems to have other plans."
One evening, as Claire hurried home after work, the heavens opened up. The sky, once a calm canvas of twilight hues, transformed into a tumultuous sea of dark clouds. The first drops were gentle, almost teasing, but within moments, they turned into a relentless torrent. A torrential downpour lashed the city, sending pedestrians scrambling for cover. The streets, usually bustling with the evening rush, were now a chaotic scene of people darting into doorways and under awnings, trying to escape the deluge. Soaked to the bone, Claire ducked under the awning of a coffee shop, her spirits dampened. She watched as the rain pounded the pavement, creating small rivers that flowed towards the gutters. Her thoughts drifted to the warmth of her home, the comfort of dry clothes and a hot cup of tea.
Suddenly, she heard a familiar voice. It was a voice that brought back memories of laughter and shared moments, a voice she hadn't heard in a long time. "Looks like we're both in the same boat," Ryan said, his camera safely tucked away in his bag. His eyes sparkled with the same mischievous glint she remembered.
He had been caught in the downpour too. His clothes were drenched, and his hair clung to his forehead, but he seemed unfazed by the weather. They shared a knowing smile, the absurdity of their repeated encounters breaking the tension. It was as if the universe had conspired to bring them together once more, in the most unexpected of circumstances. As the rain showed no sign of abating, they decided to make the best of it. Claire and Ryan stepped out from under the awning, letting the rain wash over them. They laughed and twirled, their movements spontaneous and free, as if they were children again. They ordered hot chocolate, their laughter filling the small space under the awning. The warmth of the drink contrasted with the chill of the rain, creating a cozy, intimate atmosphere. They talked, really talked, sharing stories and dreams as the storm raged around them. The conversation flowed easily, as if no time had passed since they last saw each other. By the time the rain stopped, a warmth had spread between them, a feeling that went beyond the shared shelter from the storm. It was a rekindling of an old connection, a reminder that sometimes the most unexpected moments can bring the greatest joy. The chance encounters continued. A shared taxi ride, a glimpse of each other in Central Park, a quick hello at the local farmer's market.
Each meeting, however brief, added a new layer to our connection.
We found ourselves looking forward to these unplanned moments, our hearts skipping a beat at the mere thought of bumping into each other.
Their conversations flowed effortlessly, their laughter came easily. They discovered shared passions, hidden dreams, and a mutual appreciation for the simple joys of life.
I found myself inspired by Ryan's optimistic outlook and his passion for capturing the beauty in everyday moments.
And I was drawn to Claire's quick wit, her kind heart, and the way her eyes lit up when she talked about her writing.
One Saturday, Claire found herself wandering towards their usual bookstore, a book of poetry in hand, a book she knew Ryan would love. She hoped to run into him, to share a coffee, a conversation, a moment. But he wasn't there.
Disappointment tugged at my heart, a feeling I couldn't quite place.
The following days were filled with a strange emptiness. The city seemed less vibrant, the usual bustle losing its charm. Claire realized that her days felt incomplete without a glimpse of Ryan, a shared joke, a moment of connection. The realization startled her.
Could this be more than just a series of fortunate accidents? Could this be love?
The next Saturday, Claire found herself drawn back to the bookstore, an inexplicable pull guiding her steps. As she entered, her heart pounding with a mixture of hope and trepidation, she saw him. Ryan was standing by the photography section, a book in his hand, a lost expression on his face. He looked up, and upon seeing Claire, his face broke into a relieved smile.
I was beginning to think I'd imagined you.
Some stories are too good to be true, but this feels different.
As they stood there, amidst the comforting scent of old books and the promise of new beginnings, they knew this was more than just a chance encounter. It was fate, serendipity, destiny, call it what you will, but some things were simply meant to be.
The city that never sleeps had brought us together, and now, under the watchful gaze of countless stories lining the shelves, our own love story was about to be written.
The ending, however, was yet to be written. But as they walked out of the bookstore hand in hand, the city lights twinkling around them, they knew one thing for sure. Their story had just begun. The serendipity of their encounters had blossomed into something real, something special. A testament to the fact that even in a city of millions, love has a way of finding its way. They wandered through the park, the cherry blossoms in full bloom, sharing quiet moments under the pink canopy, their laughter mingling with the sounds of the city. They found joy in the simplest of things, like a shared coffee at a quaint cafe, or exploring the vibrant market stalls together. Every moment was a new adventure, every day a new chapter in their unfolding story. As the sun set over the city, they held each other close, knowing that their love was as boundless as the horizon before them. And so, with hearts full of hope and dreams yet to be realized, they embraced the journey ahead, ready to write their own destiny.